Who you gonna call? Bee Busters!
So our hive back there is open for business now, and as one might expect, a lot of bees return to the old location. This is a collection box, and the idea is it gives them some place to go when they fly back here. So you might wonder how we get the bees from the collection box back into the hive. And the answer is a miniature BeeVac. It's very simple to build this thing. All it really is a section of 4-inch diameter tubing. I used a couple of cosmetic cases, but you could use the official end caps that come with this type of plastic tubing. On the back side, there's a piece of cloth. So you have high velocity as the air is sucked in here, and then it drops to a very low velocity in here. And the piece of cloth obviously prevents the bees from getting, close to where the vacuum hose connects, and that just connects to a shop vac. So, you literally suck the bees up, stuff some cloth in there, and I took an empty super and put it on top of the hive, and I simply just open this up, drop the tube in there, put the lid in, and let the bees return to the hive. Of course, some of them are just going to leave the hive and come back to the old location, but it's less every day. There's a tendency for bees to reorient, but sometimes it takes a few reminders before they get the point. It's been effective so far, and I go in the evening when most of the bees have gone into the collection box and vacuum them out and take this back and stick it in the hive, and then next morning come back and take the lid off and grab the empty BeeVac and bring it back. But it's great because I tried it out a few times so far, and you can collect quite a few bees and haven't managed to kill any. As I say, they come in there and the velocity drops, and you can actually see them running around inside. The nice thing about these cosmetic cases is they're clear, so you kind of see what's going on inside the back. I decided to do a midday demonstration here for the sake of the video and for the sake of getting the bees out of the hot sun. They had been clustering on top of the box that they're sitting on, and I didn't want them cooking. So you can get an idea here. There's a lot more normally in the evening that would be settled down in the box, but we're still able to get probably 100 to 200 of them and move them back to the hive. This box doesn't really contain too much, so I had a piece of comb in there, but it's not drawn, I should say foundation, so they weren't really sticking with it. I threw in some crumbs of other burr comb just to give it a little bit of an odor and hopefully attract them in there. And a lot of times it works best if you just put the vacuum close to the entrance as they're coming in from the field. They zip in there. My wife got quite a kick out of the whole thing and made the comment about looking like Ghostbusters. That's the intro. But as you can see when you look in there, they're pretty happy. Even with the vacuum running, they're dancing around, so the velocity isn't to the point where turbulence is really upsetting them. It seems to be a win-win situation. I know they're coming back. That's just the nature of bees, but gotta try. So they're in there. Now I'll take them back to the hive. And we'll do the whole thing again much later. A lot of the bees had reoriented them, and they were coming in through the front of the hive, bringing in pollen and what have you, so that's a good sign. Still, I did the empty super with the inner cover because I didn't want to open up the hive, every time I put them in there. In any case, fun at Buzz Park in the hot summer sun. See you next week.